Alright, now that we properly set up our relations to the project model, let's create some routes such that we can create and update projects. So let's add another API resource in our API routes file to the project controller. And next, let's do some scaffolding. We're gonna need a store request first. So let's use the artisan make command again to make this request class of store project request, and also one for updating. And we will also need a resource, which is going to be called project resource. Now, with that being done, let's move over to the project controller and implement the store and update method here. And we will use the newly created store project request. And for the update method, obviously we will use the newly created update project request, and instead of the ID we will use the route model binding from Laravel to directly get the project into this method. Now for the store method, we want to get the validated data or inputs from the request class, and if that is properly validated, then we're gonna attach this newly project to the user, and we're gonna do that using the auth facade. So this will get us the current user. And we can create the project via the relationship that we did set up. And we pass the validated data into the create method, and we will return the created project using the project resource. Now for the update method, we're basically going to do the same. So we're going to get the valid data from the update project request class. And we're going to update the project using this data. And also here, we're going to return the project using the project resource class that we did set up. All right, let's now move to our request classes. So first, the store project class. We're gonna authorize all requests for now, and projects require a title, so that's gonna be a required field. It is gonna be a string of maximum 255 characters. Now for our update project request, we're basically gonna do the same, or close to the same. We're gonna authorize all requests, and in the validation rules, we're gonna validate the title. Now this field can be present sometimes, and if it is present, it is gonna be required. So we cannot set it to null because it is a required field in our database. And here it also needs to have a maximum of 255 characters. Next, let's test this out. So first I'm going to go into my artisan finger shell and make sure that I have a new user to test with. So let's use the user factory to create a new user because I emptied my database before this section. So I'll copy over the email address and log in with this user to get an API token. Now let's first do the store method. So in the headers, I need to add the authorization header, and in the body of the request we're gonna add JSON, and for our projects we require a title. So if I now send this request, I see that I made a mistake here. So let's move back to our API routes, and here this should be plural. So the API resource is going to be projects and not project. But hey, that's part of software development sometimes. Now I should see the validation messages. Yes. Now let's add the title of school, send this request, and now we have a newly created project in our database. Let's move over to the update request, and the project has ID 1. Also add the authorization header here, and add a body JSON, and let's now set the title to university. Hope I didn't make a typo there. And that seemed to work. So now the project that we just created has an updated title of university instead of school. Alright, with that we should be ready for the next video. See you there.